In Kruger National Park, a leopard can crouch 20 feet from a trail, hidden behind grass, barely moving, while a tourist walks past, completely unaware that something faster, stronger, and built to kill is watching from a few steps away. And most of the time, it doesn't attack. We are, by almost every measure, one of the easiest large animals on Earth to catch. We're slow. We're weak compared to most predators. We don't have claws, fangs, thick hides, or the ability to outrun basically anything that wants to eat us. And yet, healthy, wild predators almost never treat us like food. That is the part that should bother you. Because stripped down to physics, you look like a terrible animal. A tiger can drag prey heavier than itself. A lion can crush a windpipe in seconds. A leopard can lift a carcass off the ground. A grizzly can tear open a log like wet cardboard. A crocodile only needs you too close to the water. So if predators hunted like horror monsters, you would be on the menu constantly. But predators don't hunt that way. They are risk calculators. They spend their lives avoiding bad injuries. A broken tooth can mean starvation. A wounded paw can end a hunter. So the question isn't, can it kill you? Of course it can. The question is, what happens if anything goes wrong? And the first answer is humiliating. You are not a great meal. A whole adult male human body is around 126,000 calories. The muscle alone is closer to 32,000. That sounds like a feast until you compare it with real prey. A bison is a walking warehouse. A mammoth was a frozen bank account. Lions prefer prey much heavier than you. Their sweet spot runs roughly 190 to 550 kilograms. An average adult human sits below that window. A tiger can physically eat a human, but deer fit the tiger's world better. Wild pigs fit it too. They smell right, they move right, they panic in familiar ways. Leopards reveal the nastier detail. They prefer prey closer to 10 to 40 kilograms. That is why children have been at greater risk in some places. A grown adult is not prime prey. You are a low-yield package with consequences attached, not the steak, the mystery box with alarms. And calories are only the beginning. Keep going and it gets stranger, until you reach a sound that can make the savannah run faster than a lion can. Because predators don't see food everywhere. They see patterns: size, smell, posture, weakness. The odds of a clean kill. A wolf doesn't chase every moving body. A big cat doesn't attack every pulse. It hunts what fits. Humans don't fit. We stand too vertical. Our eyes face forward. We stare back. Our hands move constantly. We carry sticks, metal objects, bright lights, sometimes dogs, and we talk almost non-stop. To you, that feels normal. To a leopard, it is a walking alarm system. Then there is smell, smoke, soap, fuel, sunscreen, cooked food, synthetic cloth. The animal may not know what any of it means. It only has to know one thing. This is not ordinary prey. That is the cleaner version of the taste myth. People say animals avoid us because we taste bad. That is too simple. Animals will eat human remains if they get the chance. True man-eaters clearly can consume humans. The real issue starts before the bite. We smell off. We move off. We act off. For a cautious hunter, weird can be expensive. Then come the eyes. Ambush predators need secrecy. Being seen can ruin the whole hunt. Your eyes are not magic. They are a message. The ambush is over. Northern Botswana proved this with cattle. People painted eye shapes on cattle rumps. Lions and leopards had to approach those cattle from behind, but the cattle seemed to be watching. Over 4 years, 683 eye-painted cattle were killed 0 times. Unmarked cattle died. Cross-marked cattle died too. The fake eyes changed the calculation. In the Sundarbans, forest workers tried a similar idea. They wore human face masks on the backs of their heads. The evidence there is messier, but the logic is the same. Tigers prefer the rear attack. A watched tiger may stop being a hunter, but eyes are only one layer. The deeper reason is memory. Humans don't just look strange. Humans come with history, and we were not always on top. In South Africa, the Tong child tells the old version. A young human relative likely died under a large raptor. The skull damage matches bird of prey feeding. So the story was never that animals never ate us. They did. Then the equation changed. Fire entered the picture. Spears entered it. Traps entered it. Dogs entered it. And worst of all, groups entered it. A predator does not need to understand a rifle. It only needs repeated pain after human smell, repeated noise after human voices, repeated loss after human arrival. Modern humans kill adult prey at unnatural rates, up to 14 times the rate of other predators. We kill large carnivores at about 9 times their own rate. To a leopard, a human is not just a body. A human is an event. It can mean vehicles, snares, dogs, gunshots, relatives gone. Now go to Greater Kruger in South Africa. At 21 waterholes, hidden speakers play different sounds. Lion sounds, dog sounds, gunshots, and calm human conversation. The cameras recorded about 15,000 videos. 19 mammal species reacted. Leopards reacted. Rhinos reacted. Elephants reacted. They were about twice as likely to run or abandon water, and 95% of species fled more often from human voices. Not lions, human voices. The scariest sound in the savannah may be 2 people talking. But this is where the story gets dark, because exceptions are real. Between 1950 and 2019, large carnivores attacked 5,440 people in one global count. 12 carnivore species were involved. About a third of those attacks were fatal. In known cases, about half were predatory. So no, animals are not harmless, but the pattern matters. Man-eating usually starts when the normal system breaks. An animal is injured, old, starving, or normal prey has vanished. Sometimes people are forced into predator habitat for work. That is not recklessness. That is livelihood colliding with teeth. In Kenya, the Tsavo lions showed the broken system clearly. In 1898, 2 male lions attacked railway workers. Officially, at least 28 workers were killed. Later evidence suggests the lions consumed about 35 people. One lion had severe dental and skull injuries. Normal prey had become harder. Humans had become possible. The Champawat tigress is even worse. She hunted in Nepal and northern India. She was credited with 436 deaths. After she was killed, her canines were found broken, not one tooth, multiple key weapons gone. She wasn't a supernatural villain. She was a damaged predator that learned a terrible shortcut. Darkness can create the same shortcut. In southeastern Tanzania, lions attacked more than 1,000 people over 2 decades. The attacks clustered around darker nights. After the full moon, early evenings became more dangerous. Attack rates rose 2 to 4 times. Maybe humans fear the dark for a reason. For much of our past, darkness made us edible. Polar bears are another exception. From 1870 to 2014, 73 wild attacks were documented. 20 people died. Many attacks involved nutritionally stressed adult males. A starving polar bear does not care that humans are weird. Weird is still calories. Black bears show another narrow exception. From 1900 to 2009, they killed 63 people in North America. The dangerous case was often a lone bear testing a person, not the simple mother with cubs story everyone repeats. Food conditioning changes animals too. If humans become food sources, fear can erode. That is when the line gets thin. In lower income regions, most victims were working, farming, grazing livestock, fishing, collecting honey, gathering firewood. 89% of victims in those regions were attacked during livelihood activities. They were not playing with danger. They were living where the boundary had disappeared. And this is the turn. Most wild predators are not plotting to kill you. They are trying not to die. The cougar that leaves the trail is surviving. The leopard that melts into trees is surviving. The wolf that hears your voice and vanishes is surviving. Fear is not weakness out there. Fear is good accounting. That is why the ordinary hiker is usually safer than the premise suggests. Not safe because nature is gentle. Safe because most animals don't gamble for no reason. A predator may see you, it may hear you, it may smell you first. Then it runs the math. Calories, risk, familiarity, retaliation. And usually you lose as a meal, which means you win as an animal. Return to that person near the forest. The animal may still be watching. It is not asking whether it can kill them. It is asking something smarter. Is that worth the risk? You are not protected by claws. You are not protected by speed. You are not protected by hide. You are protected by noise, by eyes, by fire, by memory, and by reputation. Somewhere in the dark, an animal that could kill you is making an ancient calculation. Not mercy, not respect, not worth it.